it the same Ahmed Hodrich?
Well, it could be. I cannot say for sure, but it could be.
Okay. All right. Have you ever dealt with this gentleman? You recall dealing with this gentleman?
Yeah, I must have met him.
All right. Is that all the information you have on the account opening information?
It was opened 11 August 2010. The last transaction is dated 16th September 2010. The total credits into the account is 4,104,000. Currently, there is a balance of $386.19 in the account.
Sorry, repeat 4 million?
4,104,000.
And you're saying there's a balance?
Balance in the account is 386.19.
Could you repeat the figure, please?
The balance?
Yes.
386.19 cents. $386.19.
It's called an MYJ Family Trust account. Do you have any document indicates any trust instrument?
What I have with me is a signature card and an index card and a long form account opening. The information simply states NYJ, address, the telephone number, and it says type of business trust fund. Plus the name of the signatory, name and signature of the signatory.
All right. So 4 million went into the account.
Yes.
What happened to the monies?
Almost all of it was transferred, and we have vouchers to that effect. They were all transfers. I mean, bulk of it was transfers outside of the country.
Who's the main transferee?
Sorry?
Main transferee. To whom were the monies transferred?
Paragon Title and Escrow Company.
Paragon.
P-A-R-A-G-O-N. Title and Escrow Company.
Give us their full, their address. Who are they?
Stays here, 7415 Arlington Road, Bethesda, Maryland.
Arlington Road.
Arlington Road.
Bethesda, Maryland.
Bethesda, Maryland, zip code 20814.
Mr. Sala, with regard to this account, we would like you to assist the Commission with regard to the source of funding. Paragon Title and Escrow Company of Arlington Road, Bethesda, ND 20814. Realtors, it appears, that purchased Potomac for the president. So could you, if you could kindly tell us what the source of the monies that went into this account are, if you have it, please. The 4 million.
When I reviewed the account, all of the credits were cash payment. All of the credits were cash payment into the account.
Who made the cash credits?
On at least one of them is Ahmad Hodrich.
One in the sum of, and the date.
$1 million, 19th of August, 2010.
Okay. Tell us who made the other cash payments.
It's interesting that on the deposit slips, there is no indication. Two of them say it's self, whatever self is supposed to mean. The rest are blank in terms of who paid it.
Could you indicate then the officers in your bank who dealt with this matter? When it says self, surely.
Come again?
When it says self, and that's self written on your bank forms, what does it mean to the bank when it says self?
Well, best practice is a name should have been indicated. So when it says self, it's kind of open to interpretation, but maybe you will devolve to the account operator.
Sorry?
Whoever conducted the account, transactions in the account. What I'm saying is kind of a gray area. Best practice is a name should have been indicated. So if it says self, you may want to believe that it is the signatory maybe to the account, whoever conducted the account.
That is meant by self.
You can give that interpretation, yeah.
Sorry.
You can give that interpretation. It's kind of a gray area.
Yeah, what interpretation do you give? You're the bank. I know you didn't deal with this transaction personally. That's basically what you are implying.
For me, that's what I'm telling you. Yes. Best practice, a name should be indicated.
Yeah, but we know the bank did not apply best practice in this case.
Then
so we are trying to find out from you, as managing director for the moment, if you could be of assistance in terms of the bank's practice when it says self, what we can make from it.
You are asking me to guess? Yes. If I guess,
no, I'm not asking you to guess.
Then, Auntie, I don't know. I really cannot answer that question.
Why a bank officer would write self and what he would have intended by writing self.
It could be the bank officer, it could be the person who brought in the deposits. Again, I wouldn't know.
Okay. All right. All right, can you tell us the officers in respect of each of the transactions then?
Okay, in terms of the debits, they are fully...
Can you start with the first one, because we need to know what happened. The first credit.
Let me go through the transactions.
Yes, the credits. We'd like to know who dealt with each of the credits in the bank, because they need to explain to us who paid the money into that account.
First credit, 13th of August, 2010.
13?
1-3.
Okay.
13th of August, 2010. $800,000, no indication, no name. Same date, $125,000.
Sorry, no indication, no name. Did an officer in the bank deal with the matter, and who is the officer who dealt with it?
That's why I'm telling you, that is not evident on this form. I wouldn't know, for sure.
There's nothing to show that the bank received this money and someone in the bank dealt with it, the client?
Oh yeah, okay. If you put it that way, we can establish which teller handled it. We should be able to establish that. There is a stamp and tellers are identified by a number. So there is a stamp and there is a number. And we have the date, so we can establish which teller handled it.
Which department of the bank would this be?
Foreign department.
Who was head of foreign department at the time?
Mr. Ndambuture.
All right, let's move on to the next one. We would, of course, like you to confirm the teller to us later on. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. So 800,000, 125.
On the same day?
Same date. 3 separate transactions on the same date. 800,000, 125,000, and 75,000.
Okay.
And they are all the same. No indication. Then we go...
None of them have any indication?
As to who made the deposit.
Okay.
Yeah. You just want credits, not so.
You can follow a pattern which is comfortable for you.
It's,
Yeah.
I have it sequentially, so
Yes, let's do it sequentially.
then there is a what we call a TT, a telex transfer of $1 million, and now that is we have all the explanation that you may require on the form.
You transfer to, is it the same Paragon title and
Correct.
escrow company?
Correct.
On what date? The same day?
17th of August here. It's debited on the account 18th of August.
Who gave the instructions for the transfer?
You mean the application or the processing?
The customer. Somebody must have asked the bank to transfer.
Yeah.
What documents do you have to show that?
Yeah, there's an
has been
application
done?
form here and it's signed by Ahmad Khajraj.
Okay. Authorized by, in the bank by who?
By the head of foreign operations.
Mr. Ture.
Yes.
All right.
Moving on the 20th of August, there is a what's this? There is a cash deposit of $1 million, and here it is paid in by Ahmad Khajraj. 20th of August is stated on the statement.
Okay.
Then there is another deposit, $500,000, 23rd of August.
That must have been earlier.
No,
Did you say
20th and 23rd.
The 1 million is what day?
20th.
20th.
Yeah, 20.
Okay.
And the 500 is 23rd. And on the 25th, there's a telex transfer of 1.5 million to the same beneficiary,
Paragon.
Paragon Title
Title.
and Escrow Company.
Again authorized by Ahmed Hodroj. Sorry, the customer.
Yes,
And head of foreign department.
authorizing the transaction, yeah.
Okay.
Moving on, 2nd of September, $1 million deposit, and here it says self.
It says self.
It says self. $7th of September, TT of $1 million to the same beneficiary, same applicant, same authorization.
Okay.
8th of September, $300,000. 8th of September, $300,000 deposit. And here we have two transfers, $200,000 to beneficiary Ahmad Khajraj.
Sorry, Ahmed Hodroj himself.
Himself, yeah, as beneficiary.
It was a transfer, foreign transfer?
Correct.
Okay. What, did he give an address for himself?
13711 Osborne Avenue, Dearborn, Michigan.
Can you repeat, please?
13711 Osborne Avenue, OSBORN, Avenue, Dearborn, Michigan, zip 48126, and that's USA. And $62,610 to Paragon Title and Escrow Company.
Same day?
Same date, yeah.
Is that the last? You can go on.
$270,000, 13th of September. No indication who paid it. $30,000.
Sorry, 270. It's a deposit.
That's a deposit, yeah. 270,000. No indication.
Who deposited it?
Sorry?
Who made
No indication.
Okay.
There's no indication. Then 30,000. Here you have Mohammed Hojroj indicated here. And then a transfer of $300,000. Here the beneficiary is Ali Muhammad Hijazi.
Can you repeat the name?
Ali, A-L-I, Muhammad,
Ali Muhammad.
A-L-I, Muhammad Hijazi.
Which country? An address if you have it.
Can find an address here. The reference is leasing plane, something, leasing plane, September 13, 2010.
Leasing plane.
Leasing plane, that's the reference.
September
13. Leasing plane.
2010.
2010. Final credit $4,000 into the account. And final debit $100.
Final credit $4,000.
$4,000.
Paid by who?
It says funds transfer. I've been struggling to get background on this one.
It says funds transfer, meaning from another account.
That's the impression I have. Funds transfer in favor of yourself.
That's all you have?
For this account.
So, no, I mean in respect of the funds transfer.
That's what I have, yes.
And a debit of $100.
And a debit of $100.
All right. You said you, at least you implied that you dealt with Mr. Ahmed Hodrich.
Yeah.
Do you recollect under what circumstances and in respect of what business you dealt with him?
No, not precisely. I'm sure it has something to do with accounts he may have been managing or overseeing. You indicated that I tendered earlier that he's a signatory to KJ accounts, probably Euro-African accounts, I don't know. So he may have been around.
You cannot be more specific than that?
No. Can't even remember the face. Tell you the truth.
You were at the time in what position
yes,
in the bank?
I was. Sorry?
In what position in the bank?
2010, head of corporate.
You were head of corporate.
Yeah.
This MYJ trust account, where does it fall under?
Why?
Where does it fall? What type of account is it?
It says it's a trust account, according to the documents.
Yes, but what category? How is it categorized in the bank?
I'm not sure I understand your question.
Well, you know, you have tendered many accounts. Some are corporate accounts, some are personal accounts.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
what sort of account is this?
Ordinarily, it should be handled at corporate.
Was it handled by corporate?
No.
You are very categoric.
Absolute.
Why are you able to be so categoric? Since you are rather vague on some issues. You don't seem to be sure when you dealt with Ahmed Hodroj in respect of what business you might have dealt with him. Why are you so categoric that this wasn't dealt with by corporate?
Because it's an account that I reviewed.
Sorry?
It is an account that I reviewed before coming here.
Okay.
I looked at it, I looked at all the documentation. For sure you would have recalled.
And you're categoric that you did not deal with this account?
Absolutely.
So who dealt with the accounts from at least your review of the account?
Well, based on
Because
all
I assume foreign department doesn't open accounts.
No, they wouldn't open accounts.
Yes, so
So
who would have
accounts are
opened this
open.
account?
All accounts are open at retail, but that's just the mechanical part of it. I mean, they do the opening in the system. That's what I mean.
Sorry, who does the opening? I didn't catch what you
Retail,
said about mechanical.
Retail banking. That's a function of retail banking.
So is there any indication in your bank as to who opened this account?
Yeah, I'm sure we can mine that in the system. We should be able.
Please do mine it in the system.
Yeah.
We would like to know who dealt with these accounts and with
Who
whom
actually
Ahmed
opened the
Hodroj-
account in the system?
Yes, who opened the account in the system. Could you also, Mr. Sala, just enlighten us a little bit about account opening? Retail banking, do they have the authority to just open an account and for the account to go live? What is the procedure in your bank that should be followed in opening an account like this?
Is to complete all the account opening forms, all the formalities, present it to the account opening officer, who will review it, vet it, would escalate it to a supervisor or compliance, as the case may be. And then the actual opening is done.
Right. Maybe at the moment you probably will not be able to tell us. If you can, please do so. Who would have been the officers at this time when this account was opened on August 11, 2010?
Who would have been?
The officers in the bank, in this chain that you have just described. Who would have been the officers in the bank?
As in maybe who authorized it in the system?
Yes. Well, if that is what should be done, yes. Who authorized the opening of this account? So approximately 3.5 million was sent to the Paragon. Yes, can you confirm? Paragon Title and Escrow Company.
Say that again.
The total that was sent to Paragon Escrow.
Total that was sent to Paragon. If I recall right, it's less 200,000. The total sum, less 200,000 that was sent to Ahmad Hodroj.
And 300,000. There's a 300,000 to
300,000.
Ali Muhammad Hijazi.
5, yeah, so 3.5, about 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Can I have all the documents? Account opening information and Mr. Sala, the first thing one notices on this account opening information is written in handwriting right at the top, care of Mr. Sala of TBL.
Okay.
Do you have anything to say about that?
I saw it myself. I must have tendered, what, 30, 40, 50 accounts? And you wouldn't see it in any account opening form, and it's not normal practice. So I'm at a loss myself. I have no idea.
Okay. Can you decipher the person's handwriting?
I tried myself. I can't be sure.
You can't be sure.
I cannot be sure.
So, Council, let me just interject. Mr. Sala, in banking, preferential treatment is allowed. It's okay. When it comes to the president,